In 2026, many Americans are once again asking a difficult question. Are grocery prices rising out of control? And is inflation quietly tightening its grip on everyday life? Over the past few years, households across the United States have experienced wave after wave of price increases at supermarkets. What began as supply chain disruptions during global crises slowly evolved into a broader inflation cycle driven by higher fuel costs, labor shortages, transportation expenses, climate-related crop damage, and shifting global trade policies. Now in 2026, families are feeling the pressure in a very personal way every time they walk into a grocery store. For an average American family, grocery shopping is no longer a routine weekly task. It has become a budgeting exercise filled with comparisons, compromises, and difficult decisions. Items that were once considered basic staples such as eggs, milk, bread, chicken, rice, vegetables, and cooking oil have experienced noticeable price fluctuations. Even when inflation rates appear to slow in official reports, the reality at checkout counters often tells a different story. Consumers do not measure inflation by percentages in economic charts. They measure it by how much their total bill has increased compared to last year. One of the major factors influencing grocery prices in 2026 is the cost of transportation. Fuel prices directly impact the cost of shipping goods from farms to distribution centers and finally to retail shelves. When diesel prices increase, trucking companies adjust their rates. Retailers then pass part of that increase to consumers. In a country as large as the United States, where produce often travels thousands of miles before reaching stores, transportation plays a crucial role in final pricing. Climate conditions have also contributed to price instability. Extreme weather patterns including droughts in agricultural states, floods in farming regions, and unexpected storms have damaged crops. When crop yields decrease, supply tightens. When supply tightens and demand remains steady, prices naturally rise. Consumers may notice that fruits and vegetables fluctuate dramatically depending on seasonal harvest success. California, which is one of the largest agricultural producers in America, plays a vital role in national food supply. When production is disrupted there, the ripple effects are felt nationwide. Labor costs are another significant factor. The retail and agriculture sectors have experienced labor shortages over the past several years. In order to attract and retain workers, many companies have increased wages. While higher wages benefit employees, they also increase operational costs for businesses. These costs are often reflected in shelf prices. Grocery stores must cover payroll expenses, utility bills, rent, and logistics. When operating expenses rise, product pricing adjusts accordingly. Many Americans are also questioning corporate pricing strategies. Some economists argue that certain corporations have taken advantage of inflationary environments to increase profit margins beyond what is strictly necessary to cover rising costs. This debate has fueled political discussions about price transparency, competition laws, and potential regulatory measures. Lawmakers have proposed investigations and policy reforms to ensure fair pricing practices. But these efforts take time and are often influenced by political dynamics. At the same time, consumer behavior is shifting. Shoppers are becoming more strategic. Bulk buying, store brand purchases, coupon usage, discount store visits, and subscription warehouse memberships are becoming more common. Private label brands have gained popularity because they often offer lower prices compared to name brands. Digital price comparison tools and grocery apps are helping families track deals and manage budgets more efficiently than ever before, while grocery inflation remains a key concern. Another major conversation shaping 2026 is the state of the job market in the United States. Is America facing a job market crisis, or is it offering new golden opportunities, especially for immigrants? The answer is complex and depends heavily on industry, location, skill level, and immigration status. On one hand, certain sectors are experiencing slowdowns. Technology companies that expanded rapidly in previous years have undergone restructuring and layoffs. Automation and artificial intelligence tools are reshaping workplace needs. Some entry-level white-collar roles are being reduced or redefined. As companies integrate digital solutions to increase productivity and reduce costs, On the other hand, many industries are actively hiring. Healthcare, construction, logistics, renewable energy, skilled trades, hospitality, and certain manufacturing segments are experiencing strong demand for workers. The aging population in the United States has created an urgent need for nurses, caregivers, and medical technicians. Infrastructure projects and clean energy initiatives are generating new job openings that require both technical and manual skills. For immigrants, the job market presents both challenges and opportunities. Visa regulations, work authorization processes, and professional licensing requirements can create barriers. However, immigrants continue to play a vital role in the American economy. Many industries rely on immigrant labor to fill essential positions. In some states, workforce shortages are so significant that local governments and businesses actively advocate for expanded work visa programs. Entrepreneurship is another pathway for immigrants. The United States has long been known for its culture of innovation and business development. Immigrant-owned small businesses contribute significantly to job creation. From restaurants to tech startups, immigrant entrepreneurs shape local economies across cities large and small. In 2026, digital platforms, remote work options, and online marketplaces have lowered barriers to entry for new business ventures. Wage growth has been uneven across sectors. While some workers have benefited from increased minimum wages in certain states, others struggle with rising living costs that outpace income gains. Housing affordability, healthcare expenses, and transportation costs significantly impact overall financial stability. Even when jobs are available, quality of life depends on whether wages align with living expenses in specific regions. Weather events in California have also become a central topic of national discussion. California frequently experiences extreme weather, including storms, floods, wildfires, and drought cycles. In recent years, severe winter storms have caused power outages, road closures, property damage, and agricultural disruptions. When emergency alerts are issued, residents must prepare quickly. Stocking supplies, securing property, and monitoring official updates. Storm systems can bring heavy rainfall, strong winds, and flooding to both coastal and inland areas. Urban flooding has become more common due to aging infrastructure and rapid urban development. Emergency management agencies coordinate with local authorities to ensure evacuation procedures, shelter availability, and public safety messaging. Climate scientists continue to study patterns suggesting that extreme weather events may increase in intensity and frequency. Weather emergencies also impact the broader economy. Damaged roads, closed ports, disrupted supply chains, and agricultural losses can influence national markets. Insurance claims increase, construction demand rises for repairs, and state budgets face additional strain. Residents often face temporary displacement and financial uncertainty while rebuilding. Another issue closely connected to economic conditions is minimum wage policy. Across the United States, minimum wage laws vary by state and city. Some states have implemented gradual increases over time, while others maintain rates closer to the federal baseline. In 2026, debates continue over whether raising minimum wage provides necessary relief for low-income workers or creates additional burdens for small businesses. Supporters of higher minimum wages argue that workers deserve compensation that reflects the real cost of living. They point out that housing, healthcare, groceries, and education expenses have all increased. Without wage adjustments, full-time workers may still struggle to meet basic needs. Higher wages can stimulate local economies because workers spend more within their communities. Opponents express concern about potential consequences for small businesses. They argue that rapid wage increases may force businesses to raise prices, reduce staff, cut hours, or automate roles. Some economists suggest that gradual increases, combined with tax incentives and productivity investments, can balance worker support with business sustainability. Crime rates in American cities are another topic that frequently draws attention. Public perception of crime often fluctuates based on high-profile incidents, media coverage, and political narratives. Statistical trends can vary by city, type of crime, and time period. Some cities have seen decreases in certain violent crimes while experiencing increases in property crimes. Others face challenges related to organized retail theft, car theft, or specific categories of violent offenses. In conclusion, the question is not simply whether grocery prices are rising or whether the job market is in crisis. The deeper question is how individuals, businesses, and governments respond to evolving realities. Economic cycles fluctuate, policies change, and markets adjust. What remains constant is the resilience of people striving to build stable lives in a rapidly changing environment. The story of America in 2026 is not defined by a single headline. It is defined by the daily experiences of millions of residents navigating cost pressures, career ambitions,